Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's brought down after a good game. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Collins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Jackson. He's going to look. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk. Listen.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr take him down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's got a man, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. 29. Throwing again. Carr looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr gives to Marshawn. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now a toss coming right side. That's Collins. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
It's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Switzer now to return. Stays on his feet. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing now is Carr. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
694.
Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Terrell Suggs in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 4 down. Check. All right, now, look at 56. Look at
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They pitch it out to Collins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Now that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes.
Gun! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. This is caught. A big play that time for the Ravens. 56 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Play action. It's Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Switzer now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw, it's Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot and run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Carr. And that is incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Here's a first down run with Collins. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They go again with Collins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There goes Alex Collins. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens add on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Switzer now to return. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
808.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Willie Henry in there to sack him for a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
694.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is Carr. It's Cooper. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes, it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On play action, it's Carr. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Leopard!
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st, here's Washington. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
7:34.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run to Marshawn Lynch. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Collins on the handoff. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And again, it's Collins. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. This is Collins on the toss. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all talk about protecting your home